Okay, once again, good day to everyone. Welcome to the third uh, presentation or discussion regarding our subject matter, SCI1 with legal medicine. So, in the second discussion, it's all about the specific crimes that we under specialized investigation. So, the next topic that, as far as the subject is concerned, will be the uh, specific protocols. Basically, uh, this is the actual, no, the current protocols or standards, no, or rules, no, that every investigator should follow as far as the Philippine National Police, as the leading investigative agency of this country, is concerned. So this protocol is based on the procedure or rules that are being applied in the Philippine National Police. Okay, so let us proceed, no, in discussing this protocol. So, pag sinabing protocols, these are standard procedures, no, standards. So, applicable ito kung ano man ang klaseng investigation yan. Is it even it is a murder case, an infanticide, parricide, or robbery? These are the standard rules or procedures that every investigating agency, especially the PNP, should follow, no, as far as their investigation is concerned. So, welcome, and I hope that you will use this simple presentation as your guidance in your journey as far as the subject is concerned. Okay, so these are the specific protocols as our third discussion in chapter 1 of the subject matter. So it is very important that before we proceed with the specific investigation of these crimes, it is very important for us to have knowledge and understanding about the specific protocols in investigation. You know? As I said a while ago, this is a protocol that is being observed, especially by the leading investigative agency of this country, which is the Philippine National Police. Okay, so the first thing that you will see is protocol number 1. So when you're talking of protocol number 1, it is all about the jurisdictional investigation by the territorial unit concerned. So this is the first question that we have to answer. So when there is a crime reported, when there is an incident reported, or when there is an incident or crime being discovered, then the first question or the first issue to solve is the jurisdiction. Because we have to understand that in the Philippine National Police, as an organization, there are several territorial units. No? So, therefore, we have to establish who has the exclusive jurisdiction over the investigation. Okay? So as written here, it is the police station, especially the city police station or the municipal police station, which has territorial jurisdiction over the area where the crime incident was committed or discovered. They shall have the immediate undertakings. No, they should conduct investigation and processing of the crime scene, unless otherwise directed by higher authorities for a certain case to be investigated by other units. So generally speaking, it is the police stations. Example, if the crime is discovered in Alfonso Lista, then basically it is the Alfonso Lista Municipal Police Station that has the jurisdiction over the investigation of the crime. However, there are exceptions. You have to always remember that in every rule there is an exception. In every exception there is an exception. So uh, the exception is when higher authorities, directed other investigative agencies or units to undertake the investigation. Example, if the President of the Philippines or the Department of Secretary of the Department of Justice or any other higher authorities directs that the NBI, for example, the National Bureau of Investigation will be the one to conduct the investigation, then they will be the one to have jurisdiction over the case. They will be the investigating uh, officers or investigators on case, IOC. No? So, but generally, in all crimes, it is the PNP or the police station have jurisdiction, or the area where the crime has been committed has jurisdiction over the investigation. Okay, so it is very clear as written here. No? Try to understand. Protocol number 2 that you have to understand, no, is the official police blotter. So the blotter is a piece of important document where you record every details of a crime, no, for future reference. No? So, what is a police blotter? A police blotter is an 18 inches by 12. So maluwang yan, no? If you are if you are near a police station, uh, try to visit that, no? And try to see the appearance of a police blotter, official police blotter, 18 inches by 12. Okay, so as I said here, it is a logbook with hardbound cover that contains a daily register of all crime incident reports, official summary of arrests, and other significant events reported in a police station. Later, I will instruct you to go, if the situation allows, to have to visit the police station near you to observe this kind of document or a piece of paper that is being used to record reports. So as a general rule, all crime incident must be reported in the official police blotter. What is the police official blotter? Ito yan. Okay? A separate police blotter also, however, shall be maintained for offenses requiring confidentiality like violence against women and their children, and those cases involving child in conflict with the law in order to protect their privacy. That is pursuant to RA 9262 and 9344 respectively. Okay? So for purposes of confidentiality, there must be a separate police blotter. Now, aside from the regular police blotter, there should be a separate police blotter for these special cases. Okay? Next, the duty police officer shall record the nature of the incident in the police blotter containing the 5 Ws and 1H of the information and inform his superior officer or the duty officer regarding the occurrence of such incident. In answering the above 5 Ws and 1H and the case disposition, all such materials, details, no, an incident, including the nature of the action of the offense. Yan. So, pakibasa na lang yan. Yan yung dapat nilalaman ng police blotter. Okay? Okay. So that is the on how to answer the or use the official police blotter. Okay? Okay? So let us proceed further. Now, of course, there are terms to understand, as additional information. police investigator, a PNP uniformed personnel, both PCO or police commissioned officer, and PNCO conferred with the appropriate certification to investigate with care and accuracy by conducting a step-by-step examination through patient and inquiring meticulous observation, data, and other pertinent matters to support current theories and establish relevant facts to aid in identifying the offense and the criminal offender and so forth and so on. So yan, police investigator. That is the term. Another term that you should know, sensational crimes. Sensational crimes, so to distinguish it major crimes. Sensational crimes are crimes that attracts national or international public attention, scrutiny, which are directed or committed against elected government officials, appointed by the president, judges, prosecutors, RBP lawyers, media practitioners, foreign nationals. So pag iyan ang mga involved, either affected as offenders or especially as victims, kung yan ang mga victims, for example, of a crime, then it attracts national attention, even international attention. And for that, it will be considered a sensational crime. Yeah. Then another is major crimes, serious and heinous crimes in the revised penal code. So murder is a heinous crime. No? Yeah. Example lang yan. So we have Republic Act number 7659. That is the law that defines heinous or heinous crimes or heinous crimes. Yeah? So yan ang major crimes. All right? So let us proceed further on the Platter procedure flow chart. So as you can see, no, on the Platter procedure, no, DO means desk officer. Yan yung Sargento de Mesa. Yan ang Tagalog niya. WCPD, Women and Children Protection Desk, IRF, Incident Report Form, IRTR, Incident Report Transaction Receipt. So the booking procedure, or the Platter, I should say, starts here on the desk officer. Receives report of the crime incident, arrest, or event, or any activity regarding police matter. Okay? So after he receives, what will be the next action? The desk officer will identify if it's a crime incident. No? So kung crime incident yung reported, if it is yes, then is the incident an emergency? Baka ongoing pa, no, or kailangan ng immediate response. If it is no, then is the incident concerns WCPD, yan, or women's, yan, okay. If it is yes, then report it to the duty WCPD, yan, okay, yan. Then report is recorded by the WCPD duty officer. Dito muna tayo. Yan. Then, WCPD duty officer issues IRTR to the reporting person. Then forward IRF, station for investigation. Then e-Platter. And that's the end as far as the Platter is concerned. Yan. Nilalagay din yan sa e-Platter. So, meron tayong electronic Platter. So, yan when the incident is the concern of the WCPD. Katulad ng mga violence against women, violence against children. Yeah. Okay. So is the incident a concern of the WCPD? If it is no, then QSL duty officer assists reporting person in accomplishing the IRF. Okay. Then report is recorded by the DO in the police Platter. Yan. The DO issues IRTR to the reporting person and forward it to the IRF to the station investigation section in Platter, then the end. Okay? Now, is the incident an emergency? So pag emergency yung incident, then anong mangyayari? Dito muna tayo if the incident is a crime. DO immediately dispatches the alert team to respond to the emergency pursuant to PNP Police Operational Procedure. Was a suspect arrested? No, then that's the end. Yes, proceed pursuant to DIDM SOP 2011-006 on booking of arrested suspect. No, this is on booking procedure. Then QSL duty officer assists reporting person in accomplishing the IRF. What is IRF again? Incident record form. Then next is report is recorded by the DO in the police blotter. Then DO issues IRTR to the reporting person and forward RIF to the station investigation section. So the PNP meron silang investigation section. Okay? Yan. Then, next, was the suspect arrested? We discussed that. No? Let us go back to the top. Is the incident crime incident? A crime incident? If the answer is no, then what will be the procedure? Is it an arrest of a suspect of a crime? Yan. If it is no, then report is treated as an event or activity. Is it an arrest of a suspect of a crime? If it is no, then you just report it and treat it as an event or activity. A report is recorded still by the DO in the police blotter, then that's the end. Now let us proceed to the last discussion. Dito tayo. Is it an arrest of the suspect of a crime? If it is yes, then the same. Proceed pursuant to DIDM, then the same proceed to QSL, officer assist, then proceed here, report is recorded, then DO, yan, dito, then e-blotter, then that's the end. Okay? So that is the whole process of the blotter procedure. So as you can see, yung mga yan, you have to see that. No, the procedure, there are many issues that you have to see. No? Okay? Yeah. Yeah, yung whole picture niya. Okay? So let me repeat. Yeah. All right. Next, let us proceed to protocol number 3. Investigation team. No? Yan. So, sa isang police station, when there is an incident, then there should be the creation of an investigating team. No? So all investigators in any police unit must be a graduate of prescribed investigation course with a rank of at least PO2. But again, it is now police corporal. That is a prerequisite to the assignment as an investigator. Composition of an investigating team of a police station. We have the team leader. We have the investigator. We have the photographer, evidence custodian, and composite illustrator or artist. No? So, hindi pwedeng gawin ng isa lang ang investigation. There should be a team. Okay? Yeah. So, also, as investigators or as investigating team, there should be equipment that you should remember and carry with you, no, when you respond to the crime scene. No? Okay? Police line, video camera, voice recorder, camera, measuring device, globes, yan, disposable globes. No? Ang camera, you should know what camera is that. Commonly, it should be DSLR. Yan. Then flashlight, yan, especially paggabi. No? Evidence bag, yan. Evidence bag. Pwedeng paper yan or plastic. Then evidence tag, yan. Evidence bottles or bloods or any other fluid evidence. Then investigator's tickler also. Tickler. So ano ang content ng tickler? Investigator's checklist, anatomical diagram form. Yan, para i-identify mo lang yung initial, no? Kung ano yung as far as the corpse, kung may patay doon, identify mo, no? Kung saang parte ng katawan. Then evidence checklist also must be present. We will see them later. Then turn over receipt. Okay? That is protocol number 3. Protocol number 4 is the duties of the first responder. Kasi ang procedure, when there is an incident, ang mangyayari dyan, no, is the police station through its chief of police will dispatch the first responder before the investigating team. So mauna ang first responder bago ang investigating team. Yeah? So ang gagawin ng first responder, and remember this, again, investigation starts upon the arrival of the first responder. Okay? So proceed to the crime scene to validate the information received. Record the exact time of arrival and all pertinent data regarding the incident in his issued pocket notebook and notify the Tactical Operations Center. Yan. Kaya may ano yan sa TOC, sa Provincial Police Office. No? Yan. Then cordon off the area and secure the crime scene with a police line or whatever available materials in the absence of police line like ropes, straws, or even human as barricade to preserve the evidence, to preserve the integrity of the evidence inside the crime scene. That's why you have to cordon. Okay? Check whatever the situation is still poses imminent danger. And call for backup if necessary. Yan, yun isang crime scene emergency. Okay? Identify possible witnesses and conduct preliminary interview and ensure their availability for the incoming investigator on case. Alright? Arrest the suspect as if around or in instance wherein the suspect is fleeing, make appropriate notification for a dragnet operation. Habulin yan. Prepare to take the dying declaration of severely injured persons with the following requisites. The death is imminent. Pag nakita mong talagang malapit nang mahiwalay ang ulo, no, ng victim at nagsasalita pa, then kunin mo na ang kanyang dying declaration. That's why it should be imminent and the declarant is conscious of the fact that the declarant repairs the cause and surrounding circumstances of success. Pag sinasabi na sino ang gumawa, anong nangyari, then yan ang pwedeng dying declaration. Kaya pag namatay siya, dying declaration na yan. That the declaration relates to the facts which the victim is competent to testify to, and that the declaration is offered in a case wherein the declarant's death is the subject of the inquiry. Kung yung sinabi niya is subject of the inquiry about the killing, kung paano siya pinatay, then that is very relevant, no, to the inquiry or investigation. And another that the first responder should do is to evacuate the wounded to the nearest hospital, no, using emergency services. Yeah. Okay. So account for the killed, wounded, and arrested person for proper disposition, and conduct initial investigation and brief the investigator on case upon arrival and turn over the crime scene. No? But always remember again the universal rule: before you enter a crime scene, always use gloves. Conduct inventory on the evidence taken at the crime scene. Kung meron kayong nakuha or nakolek, kasi masisira na yan, no? Pero pag hindi naman masisira yung evidence na yan, you leave it there. No? Pero kung kinakailangan i-collect at hindi na mahintay yung mga investigator on case, then you have to collect it. But again, you have to conduct inventory and turn over it to the IOC. No? So that is protocol number 4. Protocol number 5, duties and responsibilities of the investigating team. Take full control of the crime scene to include the conduct of crime scene search, taking of photograph, making sketches, lifting fingerprints, marking of physical evidence. Chain of custody must be observed at all times. What is chain of custody? That is the transmittal of evidence to the crime laboratory. Yan, kaya kailangan sinecheck mo. Sino ang nag-receive? Sino ang nagdala hanggang sa darat doon papunta sa crime laboratory? Dapat nakarecord yan. No? Interview of witnesses also will be conducted by the investigating team and so forth and so on. Okay? Ano pa yung mga gawin ng investigating team? They will be the one to establish a command post in the immediate vicinity of the crime scene. Kailangan ng command post because dyan ka maglalagay ng evidence. Then andun yung evidence custodian to collect evidence that you have collected. Okay? And designate a holding area in the immediate vicinity of the crime scene. Ang holding area naman is doon nakakandak ng press briefing. Yan, kung saan dyan dinadala ang mga media, VIPs, and other personalities present. Para hindi sila pupunta sa command post kasi ang command post, pag dan mo dalhin, they might destroy evidence. Okay? Conduct case conference with the first responder. SOCO. Yan, kung gumamit ka ng SOCO, nag-request ka ng SOCO, you do case conference and other law enforcers and rescue personnel so that you will what we call triangulate information and other relevant issues. Okay? Then note any secondary crime scene. So always remember as investigators, baka yung inookupahan mong kala mong crime scene, meron palang ibang crime scene. Either secondary yung hinahawakan mo, meron palang primary. So you have to assess the area kung ito ba yung primary or that is just a secondary crime scene. For example, pag pinatay yung tao sa area 1, tinapon sa area 2, andun pa sa area 2, that is just a secondary or vice versa. No? You have to consider it. Now, release the crime scene after investigation. Of course, there is a proper procedure to release the crime scene. No? Hindi naman pwedeng magiging crime scene yan at nakordon yan habang buhay. You have to release. Hindi pwedeng habang buhay nakakordon yan. Kailangan mong i-release. Okay? Properly. Alright. Protocol number 6, investigation of suspects. Yan. Secure procedures when arrest is made. Yan. So, first, anong gagawin when arrest is made? Secure the person arrested. No? Handcuff at the back. Inform the arrested person of the cause of his arrest and his rights as provided by the Constitution. You should know his Bill of Rights. And I hope you know that. There are 3 basic rights. Right? To be informed of the accusation against him. He has the right to remain silent. And lastly, he has the right to have a counsel of his own choice, or if he could not afford one, then it is the responsibility of the government to provide one. Okay? Then during arrest or after arrest, you have to conduct thorough search of weapons and other illegal materials against the suspects. Yan yung tinatawag na search incidental to a lawful arrest. Okay? Use reasonable force in making arrests. Yan. Kung kinakailangan, use reasonable force. Yan. Kung palo lang naman ang hawak, huwag kang gumamit ng baril. No? Kung kaya mong applyan ng disarming, then you have to do it. Okay? Confiscated evidence shall be properly documented and marked. Yan. May proper marking yan. No? We will proceed later. Bring the arrested person to the nearest police station or to the police station for investigation. Okay? Yan. Pag dinala mo na yung tao na yan sa police station, pag na-aresto, then you have to proceed to the so-called booking procedure. Yan. So the arrested suspect shall be fingerprinted. Yan yung mga booking procedures. Photograph. Yan yung mugshot. And subjected for medical examination to include liquor and drug tests. And also, you have to conduct a record check. Baka may iba pa siyang kaso. Then protocol number 7, taking of sworn statements of suspects. The execution of a suspect's waiver. Yan, yung mga affidavit, yan yung mga sworn statements. No? The execution of a suspect's waiver, as stipulated in Article 2.5 of the RPC, shall always be done in the presence of his chosen counsel or any independent counsel. So pag, especially when you're taking sworn statements, you have to always remember that there should be in the presence of his counsel, no? Yeah, or any independent counsel for that matter. No? Waiver. For example, i-waive niya yung right niya as provided by law or even the Constitution, then it should be in the presence of his counsel. Hindi pwedeng wala, or else yung waiver na yan will be null and void. Okay? Protocol number 8, taking of sworn statement of witnesses. Sworn statement or affidavit of complaints or witnesses and witnesses must be taken immediately by the IOC. Affidavit of arrest, of arresting officer. Kaya yan, pag arresting officer ka, you have to make your affidavit of arrest. Yan. Ang affidavit of arrest must be taken immediately, not later than 24 hours. Okay? Not later than 24 hours from the arrest. And inquest cases, yan. The investigator on case or the arresting officer shall observe Article 1 to 5 of the RPC for inquest cases. Kung sabi niya, mag-waive siya kahit walang inquest, then okay lang. You have to observe the rules on Article 2.5. I hope you know what is inquest. No? Inquest is conducted when the inquest is conducted for purposes to establish the validity of the arrest. If the person is arrested without a warrant of arrest. Protocol number 9, preparation of reports and filing of charges. Yeah. The investigator on case shall submit the following. Yeah. Yeah. Spot reports. Kailangan gagawa ka ng spot reports within 24 hours to higher headquarters. So pag sa municipal police station, ang higher headquarters mo is the police provincial office, yung PPO. Okay? Progress report must follow after spot report. Then after operation, a report must be submitted. Final report after the case is filed before the prosecutor's office. Yan. Pag yung complaint na i-file mo na sa prosecutor's office or the court, there should be a final report. Then of course, pag natapos na yan, then you make an accomplishment report. Protocol number 10, procedure in the release of the crime scene. Yan. Kasi kailangan mong i-release yung crime scene after processing it, na-finalize mo, nagkaroon ng final survey of the crime scene, na nakuha na lahat, na i-proseso na, wala nang ibang kailangan, then you have to release the crime scene. Okay? So, remember na ang crime scene is maybe a public place or it's a private place, a building or a private building. No? So, ensure that appropriate inventory has been made before you conduct or before you release. So, ito yung mga gagawin. Release is accomplished only after completion of the final survey and proper documentation of evidence. If the crime scene is within a private property, the same must be released to the lawful owner, witnessed by any barangay official, kahit yung kagawad. In case of government facility, like IPSU is a government facility, or any other government facility, it should be released to the administrator or the head of the facility. And protocol number 11, follow-up of the case. Kasi pag natapos mo sa crime scene and i-release mo na ang crime scene, tapos ka nang mag-process doon, then ang susunod dyan, kung titignan nyo yung phases of investigation, ang susunod dyan is follow-up investigation. Okay? So follow-up of the case, the investigator shall conduct police operation to identify and apprehend. Yan ang ginagawa sa follow-up. No? Identify and apprehend the suspect based on the result of the initial investigation conducted. Protocol number 12 is the preparation of a case investigation plan or C-plan. The conduct of police operation involving sensational crimes. Yan, pag may sensational crime, kailangan may C-plan yan. No? High profile and heinous crime must be covered by an case investigation plan. Parang po-plan at saka o-plan din yan. No? Protocol number 13. Ito yung kailangan mong tignan as investigator. Hindi porke tapos lang file na yung kaso, tapos lang trabaho mo. Remember, protocol number 13, attendance to court duties. Yan. Kung hindi ka mag-witness doon, pwede kang kasuhan yan. Okay? Especially sa mga drug cases, pwede kang ma-dismiss at masentensahan criminally. So, protocol number 13, attendance to court duties. No? Kaya remember this, hindi nagtatapos. Pag na-file mo na ang kaso, hindi nagtatapos yan. Ba't nagsisimula ang iyong trabaho? You have to appear as witness. You have to attend court hearings if required by the court. No? Kaya ayusin mong trabaho mo sa start pa lang para hindi ka magproblema when you are appearing in court. Or else, ikaw ang mababaliktad. No? So the investigator on case and arresting officers shall endeavor to ensure their attendance during court hearings, while the chief of police or the head of unit shall supervise and ensure the attendance of these witnesses. No? Yan. Kaya ikaw, pag COP ka, head ka, kailangan siguraduhin mo that your investigators will appear if required by the court. No? And protocol number 14, uniform of the investigator. Yan, of course. No? Hindi naman yan by bus or undercover. Kailangan ma-uniform yan for purposes of identity. Prescribed uniform should be worn by investigators when conducting investigation so as to identify them as PNP personnel. So hindi pwedeng nakasigilian ka lang dyan, naka-short pant to go there and investigate. You should wear the proper attire. No? Okay, so those are the protocols. There are 14 protocols that you have to remember in the investigation of crimes, especially if you are, especially in the Philippine National Police. So those are the protocols. So, yeah, protocol number 14, 13, 12, and so forth. And so on. All right, so that is my discussion on the protocols, and you have to remember them. No, because these are applied, and if you will not follow them, then you will have a problem, no, in the future, and that might destroy what you have started as far as investigation is concerned. Okay. All right. Okay, so that's the end of my discussion as far as the protocols are concerned. Protocols again are standard procedures that is applicable when you are conducting investigation of crimes. So there are 14 protocols that you have to always remember. So for purposes of guidance, try to watch full. No, do not skip. No, do not forward, but try to listen carefully, have patience, no, and finish this simple presentation so that you will be guided on this third topic as far as chapter 1 is concerned. Okay, so again, let us all learn as one and finish the subject matter and semester uh, with full confidence that we will learn something. Okay, so with that, no, always be disciplined, no, and put God first in all your actions. You know, no? Let us not lose hope that time will come, and in due time we will proceed to our normal life, especially in our academic endeavor. Okay, so again, have initiative and be good always. That's the end. No? So wait for the next discussion. No? I will discuss other topics, no, as far as the subject is concerned. Okay, now take care. Thank you. All right.